Hello, this is Mark Blundell, and I wanted to talk to you just for a moment about your mortgage business. More importantly, how it is that you're going about right now reaching new mortgage customers. You know, I talk to lots of brokers, originators, loan officers, mortgage agents from all over the world, and I would have to say that beyond a shadow of a doubt, one of the most common questions or challenges that they talk about to me is that challenge about where am I going to find the next client? And of course, if you don't have any good relationships with maybe realtors or CPAs or accountants or financial advisors, it becomes really tough, and most of the mortgage brokers out there sit on what I call that roller coaster ride that is commission. And a lot encounter scenarios where they might go a week, 2 weeks, a couple of months without getting any money in the door, and that can be very disheartening, especially if you're putting in the time and effort and fielding inquiries and talking to clients but not making any sales. So I want to talk to you about a surefire way that you can implement into your business in a very short time frame that can turn that right around, that can take it from a business where you're always challenged, and when you're going home at night and before you go to bed you're staring at the ceiling contemplating where's my next client going to come from. I want to walk you through a very practical process that you can implement into your business right away that can turn that situation around. Now, let me tell you, I work with brokers every day of the week who are hitting their goals well and truly, but that percentage of the brokers that I work with is actually a small percentage in comparison to the larger broker fraternity. Now, there's one thing that's very different between the broker who earns $150,000 or $250,000 and the broker who struggles to make six figures. And that main difference is the frequency of new people to speak to. Now, as you already know, and I'm probably not telling you anything new, that all your mortgage customers are on social media. And what's come with that is the realization by all these Facebook gurus and techno nerds, they're pitching to mortgage brokers and saying, hey, let me get leads for you. And you've got big real estate sites like Zillow or realestate.com all pitching buy our leads, and sometimes you even get hit up by realtors or real estate agents to share in their ad spend in order to get a few leads. And the problem with that is that the majority of leads that you get, certainly those from the big websites or the big real estate sites, aren't even exclusive leads. And if you want them to be exclusive, the price that you pay for them really puts an incredible amount of pressure on you to convert those leads. But what is a common problem that occurs with a lot of leads that are purchased online or generated by those so-called Facebook gurus, a lot of the problem is that those leads tend to be leads from rate shoppers or leads from tire kickers, people who are just looking to try and improve their rate. And the problem when you're dealing as a mortgage broker, when you're dealing with a rate shopper is essentially you're dealing with a targeted client who isn't really your targeted client. And here's why. They come to you just to get a better rate. They don't come to you because of the value that you can provide a person like them. And so as a consequence, they don't value your time, they don't value your opinion, and it becomes quite hard to convert those people. And even if you do come to a situation where you can put a proposal forward that is based on a good rate, often no sooner do you attract them into your business that you lose them for the same reason, rate. So here is a solution to implement into your business if your focus is getting A-grade, high-quality mortgage customers that you can generate, leads that you don't have to buy, leads that you can generate yourself, even if you don't have $1 to spend towards an advertising budget. Now, I will say there are two ways in which you can generate leads, one that doesn't cost any money and one that does. But if you're a mortgage broker who hasn't got any established relationships with realtors, or you do have established relationships with realtors or real estate agents, but they're not as fruitful as they once were, there is one place to go looking for your next mortgage customer, and that is online. Now, it's inevitable, and I say this to all the brokers and mortgage professionals that I talk to all over the world. It is inevitable. If you want to stay relevant in this mortgage business, you have to acquire the skill set and the knowledge of knowing how to promote, market, and advertise yourself online, because that is where your mortgage customer is. Your mortgage customer is using their cell phone to try and determine for themselves what the best mortgage is, who the best lender is going to be, who the best mortgage broker, originator, loan officer, agent is going to be. All that information is coming through your mortgage customer's cell phone. And so if you want to compete with some of those big organizations like, Zillow and LendingTree and all those online mortgage comparison sites, you have to be there too. But in order for you to capitalize on your investment of time in putting yourself out there in the marketplace, you really got to be sure that what you're doing is going to get you the result that you want. In other words, you've got to be sure that your investment of time and energy in acquiring the skill set, even though you don't want to, and acquiring the skill set to at least be able to convert an idea from your mind about what you can put out there and the message that you can put out there to your targeted audience, you've got to know how to be able to take it from your mind and put it out there online, because the upside of being able to market online successfully is that you can put your message in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of mortgage customers every single week. So I'm going to talk to you about specifically what your posts or what your messages need to contain in order for them to create this magnetic reach that you want with mortgage customers who already are contemplating buying or applying for a new mortgage. And that's the thing. Each day and each night out in your marketplace and mine, there are people who are contemplating the prospect of how their life would improve, or how their life may be, how they may be able to get rid of some stress or anxiety by either refinancing or accessing a brand new mortgage. So I want you to remember this. If you want to really appeal to your mortgage customer, if you want them to go fast from being a stranger to a client, here's the first thing you've got to think about. And that first thing is, what they're interested in is getting their big dream or desire achieved. That's all your mortgage customer's interested in. At this stage, your mortgage customer's scrolling through Facebook or Snapchat or YouTube or whatever it is, with in their mind the thought that they really want to achieve this big desire. They might want to buy their first home, or they might want to upsize, or they might want to downsize, or they might want to consolidate all their debt into one single payment, or they might want to cash out of their existing mortgage to perhaps do renovations to their home or remodel it, or perhaps to go on a holiday or to buy a new car. Your mortgage customer is thinking about this one big dream or desire or goal that they want to achieve. Okay? So the first thing you need to do is to express to that mortgage customer that you understand what this is. Okay? That you're seeing the world from their perspective. The old story where you go up to a customer and you say, hey, I've got the best rates and I can offer the best service, just doesn't cut it anymore. All these mortgage customers are interested in is themselves. Okay? So you've got to pitch out to them and say, I know what your big dream, goal, desire is. And the only way you can do that is through focusing. So you must focus your message on an outcome. One of these things, is it a renovated home or a remodeled home? Is it a holiday? Is it being able to consolidate multiple debts into one single low monthly repayment? What is that big dream desire that you're looking for? You will not be successful, or in fact, I'll go as far as saying, I guarantee you will waste your time if you put posts on social media that say, hey, come and see me, I'll get you the best rate, I offer the best service, I have access to multiple lenders and 5 million different products. Your mortgage customer is not interested in that. They don't shop that way, and they're not looking for you that way. They're looking for the solution to how it is that they can achieve this one big desire that they have. So the first thing you need to do is you need to pitch out there and say, hey, are you looking to achieve this? That's the first thing you need to say. The next thing you need to think about as you're crafting your marketing message, and I can tell you it's very, very simple to do this. I want you to think about what would be the top 3 obstacles that would stand in the way of your typical mortgage customer in attaining this outcome. So what are the top 3 obstacles? Let's make them up here. Let's think about obstacle number 1. Hey, obstacle number 1 in their mind might be, what if I get declined? So that's maybe obstacle 1. You know, what if I go through and give you all this time and fill in all this paperwork and all I get is a no, you know, from a lender. So that's obstacle number 1. Obstacle number 2 might be for this targeted mortgage customer. It might be, I'm a bit confused about all the options and I don't know which one I should take that's going to benefit my financial position in the best way. So confusion. Confusion is the enemy to anyone achieving what it is that they want to achieve. And 3 is perhaps they don't know what their course of action or the action steps that they need to take are from this point. You know, it's great. I'm getting around in my mind that, you know, I would like to remodel my kitchen in my home or my bathroom, but I just don't know where to go. Do I go and visit a lender? Do I go and visit a bank? Do I go and contact an originator or a broker? I don't know what to do. So the process of marketing to a mortgage customer is to do this. Number 1, as I said, point out that you understand what their big desire is. And point 2 is to analyze what their 3 major obstacles are. And point 4, or the third step in all of this, is to provide solutions to each of these problems. So your marketing message has to identify that you can provide solutions to these. Now, in your marketing message, you're not going to tell these people how to solve this. You're going to tell them what they need to do to solve these things. And beyond that, you're also going to say, I can help you to solve these things. So once you've listed these 3 major obstacles, then you've got to think about, well, what do I do as a mortgage professional that helps these people solve these problems? What can I say to somebody that if they're worried about being declined, what can I say to somebody that can help them get past that obstacle? What can I say to somebody that if they're confused with all the myriad of different options that are available to them and marketed on the internet, what can I tell them that can untangle their confusion? You know, what can I tell them about the action steps that they need to take? You know, can I tell them that they can apply online? Can I send them a link via email that they can click on that goes and points them to an online application? What are the 3 obstacles? How is it that you can solve them? Now, if you can put a message together out online and address each of these things. So, number 1, the big desire, and the 3 biggest obstacles with solutions about how you can solve that for the mortgage customer. Can I tell you that your post is going to become, or your marketing message is going to become magnetic? Why? Because you're focusing directly on the mortgage customer. You're developing a message that tells them, I understand you. They're looking at you and going, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, or he's posing or she's posing questions out there that I've already thought of. Hey, I didn't know that about that. Hey, that's fantastic. And when you supply a call to action in your marketing message, i.e. be very specific about what it is that you want your mortgage customer to do, you will find that marketing on social media takes on this newfound and profound effect, in so much as, I promise you, once you understand this process and understand how to do it well, I promise you, you will go home every night with your eyes wide open because of all the new opportunities that have been presented to you. And that's especially going to be true if you've been in the mortgage business for a little while and you know how hard it is to cold call or set up relationships with referrers and the like. The playing field has completely changed with our access to social media platforms. Now, the reason why I'm showing this is I want you to take a moment and think to yourself, okay, there's some good ideas there. What confidence level do I have of going to implement them? Right, so is it that I've made some good representations to you, but are you feeling, hey, I'm not very creative, or I don't know about the Facebook ad platform, or I don't know how to craft out a really good engaging post because I'm not very good at writing. Or you might think to yourself, well, I don't know what image to use with a certain ad. Or you might be thinking to yourself, you know, I've tried marketing and advertising before on Facebook and I've only ever got crappy leads, you know, rate shoppers. Can you see that by doing this, you will be attracting the exact targeted customer that you're looking for. A targeted customer who's got the income to support the application that they're looking to get approved. A customer who may be well established in a home with a reasonable level of equity in it. A customer who truly values the advice and the information that you can provide them in the ordinary course of their engagement with you. You are going to be able to create this unique selling proposition that I can assure you many competitors in your marketplace can't do. Now, this is how you stand out in an otherwise competitive marketplace. This is how you reach out to that person who is thinking about doing this anyway. And as I say, I'm not sure what your confidence level is now to go out and implement this, but I'm pretty comfortable in the knowledge that you're probably sitting there thinking, yep, I get that. And maybe you're even thinking, I know why what I did before didn't work and I know why that would work. Which leads me to my next point. What I've done is I work with mortgage brokers every day of the week. I'm currently running a couple of programs for brokers around the world that is teaching them how to automate their presentation. I'm running some other programs that's teaching mortgage brokers how to build a really big list, an email list of mortgage customers. I'm teaching brokers how to generate their own leads, showing them and walking through the Facebook platform, explaining to them what the do's are and what the don'ts are. I'm actually literally dealing with them online, looking at the photos they're picking for their posts and telling them use that, don't use that. I'm giving them the wordings to put in here that they can simply cut and paste and put into their own campaigns. But here's the big thing. The brokers who I'm working with are 95% of them achieving their desired goals. Now, how does that sit with you? Are you achieving your goals? And if you're not, it doesn't make sense to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. Which brings me to my next point. I've freed up in my calendar over the next week a handful of appointments, and I've allocated a slot of 40-minute breakthrough sessions where I'm inviting you to get online with me and we can talk via Zoom or Skype or something like that, where we can discuss what your goals are and I can talk to you a little bit about the direction that you need to follow and the things that you need to implement into your business so that you can be confident that you can achieve your goals. So I'm running 40-minute breakthrough sessions. I've only got a handful available over the next 7 days. Now, if you'd like to take advantage of one of those 40-minute breakthrough sessions where we can talk about your goals, what are your challenges, I can give you some ideas, hints and tips and direction, what I'm going to suggest you do is there's a button here somewhere, just click on the button, that will take you to my online calendar. What I want you to do there is pick a time that suits and remember it and save it into your calendar, and you can look forward to having this 40-minute breakthrough session with me. And here's the big deal here for me. I'm going to offer that to you at no charge. I'm going to offer that to you and give you the exact same advice that I give some of my paying customers. I am going to give you that breakthrough session for free. Now, in that breakthrough session, I might talk a little bit more about my programs, but I might also talk about how perhaps I can't help you, or perhaps you're on the right path, or perhaps you just want confirmation that, you know, the things that you're doing are going to lead you to where it is that you're wanting to go. I've had 25 years of experience in the mortgage industry. I've created 16 mortgage broker millionaires, 16 people who are generating over $1 million in commission every year. At last count, there are multiple people all earning over $250,000 a year. And that is because they're working with me. They're prepared to put in the effort, but with the direction of what to do and what not to do. Their task and every hour that they put into their business is rewarding them back with the results that they've yearned for. So once again, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of a handful of free 40-minute breakthrough sessions that I'll have with any broker around the world. Here's the kicker though. Here's the thing. I need you to be this. Okay, this isn't for people who are just looking for some magical solution to all of a sudden make their business heaps easier to undertake and they're going to earn a whole lot of money. I'm not looking for you, and if that's you, move on to the next video in your news feed because I can't help you. But if you're a passionate mortgage broker who sees this as a legitimate business, who's focusing on doing the time and the hours required to get the results you're after, if you have this yearning desire to be able to generate the income streams that you know that you deserve, that will afford you the lifestyle that you imagine for yourself, that'll make your hairs on the back of your neck stand up, then I want to encourage you to click the button that's near this video to book an appointment with me and sit down and we'll have a chat, as I say, online, via Zoom or via Skype, and we'll look at what you've done to date, what your goals are, what you'd like to achieve, and if I can offer some contributions of some help, that's fantastic. If you want to discuss more about how my coaching and my encouragement might be able to help you, we can do that. These breakthrough sessions are absolutely obligation free, and they are free. So once again, there are only a handful of these available. I'm putting this video out there to lots of brokers around the world and mortgage professionals. So if you're a mortgage agent, mortgage broker, loan originator, a loan agent, or any professional whose income is directly linked to the volume of mortgages that they sell, then this is for you. Take advantage of booking an appointment into my calendar over the next week. You never know, it could be the real turning point in your business. I know that in working with lots of other brokers that I have before, it has certainly been their turning point. Now, let's face it, they put in the effort, they do the work, but they come here and work with me with a very open mind and a desire to find out what to do and what not to do. They come with a desire, all of them are the same, they come with the desire of finding out the path of least resistance. What is it that they can do in their 30 or 40 or 50 hours a week that they're prepared to commit to growing their mortgage business, and not only that, adding value to mortgage customers' life. They come to me and we talk about what best suits them. Now, I don't have a one-size-fits-all solution, so it's going to be important that I find out a little bit about you, a little bit about your own challenges, and a little bit about what you want to achieve in the future. So when you click the button and go to book an appointment, there'll be a small questionnaire there that will just give me a bit of an insight into the type of person you are and the type of goals that you'd like to achieve. So once again, can I encourage you to click on that button, book an appointment with me, and I really look forward to catching up with you in the next 7 days. Thanks for watching.